Welcome back to Planetes, the story that gives you a realistic look at future life and its connection to space, grounded in plausible, rational ideas. So to pick up, Hachi is still in the hospital after his run-in with ninjas on the moon. Hachi explains that there's all kinds of problems you can run into in space, and you're not actually physically capable of heading back to Earth a lot of times. In that case, the moon is the place to go to get properly treated. While he's narrating, he can't help but notice one girl in the hospital taking images of the Earth. But his colleagues swing by to pay him a visit. I'd say friends, but friends don't narc on you to the boss that your injury wasn't technically in the line of duty, even though you were saving someone's life at the time. And speaking of assholes...
You're not getting enough physical training if you hurt your leg like that.
Who are you, old man?
I swear, kids nowadays really aren't worth their salt. You got it too easy. You're used to your full pressure suits and Navstar.
This asshole. He's Harry Rowland, astronaut, one of the first to explore the asteroid belt, and obviously the kind of guy who would stuff someone in a locker just because. Hachi tries to forget about him, talking to the girl in the lobby, sharing a magazine he finished with her. She asks if he might stay and talk about Earth with her, and she mentions that she's been here for 12 years, which must be a pretty serious illness if she still can't go back to Earth after that long of a time. So he's happy to tell her about things that are on Earth like the oceans. That's something she's particularly interested in. I suppose it must really drive curiosity to see something that the Earth has so much of that the moon doesn't have at all. And I can't believe that we cannot count ninjas in that category. Ai has been coming by practically daily, and today she brings the traditional Japanese gift of deep-fried whale testicle.
Now what? Didn't I tell you not to come here every day?
I don't come here every day. I stayed home the day before yesterday.
Actually, believe it or not, that's an apple that was grown on the moon. Actually, I would very much believe that that was grown on the moon.
You sure this thing's safe? I think it might have evolved into something that's not fruit anymore.
You sure are a lily-livered youngster.
Oh, perfect. It's ground control to Major Prick. His naked contempt for Hachi is ceaseless. Astronauts shouldn't get such easy-to-avoid injuries. They should happily eat a mutated apple. And they should definitely want to die in space. No, none of that was me making anything up. On the other hand, that girl, No, is incredibly pleasant and asks about what it was like living near the sea. After that vicarious experience, they head back to play some bullshit and invite Ai to join them when she shows up with Hachi's ID for him. But Ai wants to go and visit the Apollo Commemoration Park while she has the chance still, being on the moon and all that. They even have the footprint of Neil Armstrong, perfectly preserved from Stanley Kubrick's soundstage.
What's the matter with you people? I was joking! Don't you know a joke when you hear one?
This is when the show starts to imply that Ai has a thing for Hachi. Before, one of the members of the flight crew mentioned there would be only one reason that Ai would visit Hachi so much. And we saw that she was standoffish about No. Well, now, when she sees a couple, they momentarily appear to her like No and Hachi. So while she deals with her unwanted feelings through activity, astronaut Harry Rowland walks out while two astronauts are talking about maybe playing some sports.
See, that's why you should go. You gotta get up and get moving. Man, it feels great. The ball flies 6 times further than back on Earth. You feel like you've turned into the main character of a golf comic.
Oh man, who among us hasn't had that dream? Well, he slips on a spacesuit and heads out under cover of the bumper. So while the staff are quietly looking for the misplaced astronaut, Hachi checks out and No sees him off. He wants to ask her what her condition is, and he almost does, but he stops himself, and he and Fee head out, only to spot Harry Rowland lying against a moon rock. He's having embolisms from not breathing properly before he headed out, which is a rookie mistake. And now he's going to die out here. Poor dumb Harry. Seems all the radiation he's been exposed to over 20 years has caught up with him. He has leukemia now. So he came out here to die rather than do so back on Earth. There's your cheery thought for the day. Hachi is so down about this, he wonders if God hates them for polluting the Earth and the moon and leaving all that orbital debris. Fee's answer offers a different take on the situation. After giving him a swat on the head and a kick in the ass, she storms off, and Nono enters, asking if he wants to join her out on the moon's surface. He's down for that, though he's confused when she says the adults don't normally let her go out. She has to sneak out, apparently. It doesn't make any sense until she explains she's actually only 12 years old. She just looks older because she's so tall on account of living her entire life on the moon. She's a lunarian, one of only 4, and of course, collect them all. He feels sorry for her. It means that she can't ever go back to Earth. Her body just couldn't handle it. But she's proud of being one of the few lunarians, and if she were to go to Earth, it would only be as a visit, not to stay. She plays in the moon dust like a little kid in the water, seeing this place in a way that Hachi knows that he never could, but impresses on him that maybe you find your place in a cold, uncaring universe, and that's all that really matters. That and not eating mutated fruit. Blech.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
Jeez, he really does have a head like a rock.